Let's play some hockey. Stars Blues Game 3, series tied at 1. Well, Blues wins have been nail-biting finishes.
History, Jeff. Okay, your game will be the opening game of the Nat Stadium.
Clearly, the Wizards are not the same team that they were in the beginning of this season. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with. You could see the defending champions here tonight playing a back-and-forth game all night long. And they say that basically he influenced, Muhammad Ali. And he said, listen, would you...
A second, but I just wish that you could elaborate a little bit more about what it felt like to go through that elimination game. And given that opportunity this year, how would you guys do it differently? If you both could answer the question, I'd appreciate it.
Well, differently is coming into this season without having knee surgeries and everybody being healthy. That's the key for our team. Hurt.
He left 93 seconds into the first quarter. He collided with a teammate and hurt his left knee. Don't know what's going to happen for the future with the playoffs, but anyway.
All right, yes, woo! Welcome to the hustle. Yes, everybody, as you can see, I have quite a different shirt on. Normally, I show a little more of my waist. I normally don't even wear shirts like this that much, but I decided to wear this particular shirt because I really liked it. See, it's really cute, right? Don't you think it's cute, Igor? It's nice, right? Okay, cool. That was a quick one, right? But anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody that the reason why I like this is because my sister convinced me to go into a secondhand store. And I was like, there's going to be nothing I want in somebody's secondhand store, right? Take me to a Chanel or some store like that. And when I went inside, I was like, they did not have this shirt in there. So anyway, I'm proud of my $2 shirt. This shirt was $2, and it is the cutest thing ever. I'm like, who would give this shirt up for $2? What? What did that? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I got to stand over here. Okay. All right. No. So, I'm all welcome to the hustle. I always kind of want to show how I put things together. Somebody hit me to that and was like, you need to do a little bit more with your show and show more of your styles and stuff that you're putting together. So that's why I'm shooting my show a little bit differently now. Except this light right here, Igor, is like coming in my head. But anyway, this one right here. So anyway, so I'm just starting to show my outfits in the beginning of the show and to just kind of encourage people to be stylish and also to show you, yes, what's going on in the background of me, how people are moving about, and what's going on at the station, because there's always something going on at Listen Vision Live. Jeremy is always working on something here big, and so I'm just kind of excited to be a part of it. So I decided, you know what, I'm turning my cameras around. I'm going to show all the activity. I'm going to show everybody at work. So people are going to be coming in and out and back of me, and I'm going to show all the energy and the activity that goes on right here at Listen Vision Live because I think it's so exciting. So anyway, but without further ado, I do want to get to the playoffs. And, today is my playoff show, and it's also my come to Jesus, deal with your predictions. Were you wrong? Were you right? How right were you and how wrong were you, right? So we know that Darren and we know that Keith were on the show maybe, a few months ago? And they were here, maybe like a month and a half ago, maybe about that, maybe 5 weeks ago, maybe even less. But anyway, so they were here. I know. Get it right. That's them in the background. But anyway, so they were here talking all about the playoffs, who was going to be up, who was going to be down. So, somebody was more wrong than others. I don't know which one of us was more wrong, but I know what. I had to be honest with everybody Last week I said that I thought Milwaukee was going to go further, and they didn't. I have been pleasantly surprised by the Toronto Raptors, except game 2, but Toronto Raptors' effort, their tenacity, their ability to change and make adjustments, change their who they're guarding. Giannis, I mean, what they did to Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks was just criminal. It's just, I mean, how could they just fillet my Milwaukee Bucks to the point that they just, I mean, but that's like, yeah, a friend of mine said, well, Alina, when you get to the jungle, older dudes have to show sometimes the younger dudes what it's like to be in the jungle when you trying to come here to play. But that's not the way they put it. They use some other language I'm sure you guys can understand. And it starts with an M and it's got an F in it. And they were like, young got to be taught by the OGs on how to act in the jungle. So that's basically, I think, what happened to the Milwaukee Bucks by Kawhi. But nonetheless, I've been pleasantly surprised by also Nick Nurse and his ability to coach through this each level, because I think that, they played Orlando, then they played who did they play second round? I keep forgetting. 76ers. Then they played Milwaukee. So they've had it tough. They haven't had it easy. And each level, I feel like they have improved throughout the entire playoffs on into the conference finals. And now they're at the NBA finals. And I was really upset with them in game 2. But anyway, without further ado, I want to bring my guest on, but we're going to take a break because we're going to do a little bit, we're going to change up the setting a little bit. I stand up in the beginning now because I always want to show my outfit. A friend of mine hit me today and was like, girl, you need to be showing your outfit. So anyway, so that's what I do in the beginning, and I had to show that I got my shirt, Yes, at the, little marketplace, but it's cute, right? It's so cute. I thought, wow, people are going to think that I paid a lot of money for it, and I didn't. So anyway, without further ado, don't go anywhere. The Hustle's going to return with Keith and Darren. Yes, they are here. You see them, right? If I move to this side, you see Keith right there. Darren, pick your head over. Here we go when we come back to the Hustle right here at Listen Vision Live, WLVS Radio. I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to be in my death row record chair, so don't go nowhere. That was a good rhyme, too. All right, we'll be back.
Kevin Durant never returned back to the game.
Hey everybody, I'm Alina Neves, courtside at Capital One Arena, where the Washington Wizards, who are 9-5, take on the Miami Heat, who are 6-8. Now, as you know, the Washington Wizards beat the Heat in Miami, so tonight's going to definitely be a revenge for the Miami Heat. And the big scorer tonight was Bradley Beal with 24 points and 8 assists. As well as Otto Porter. Well, he had 23 points. He was just extraordinary tonight, very clutch. And Thomas Satoransky, who's in for John Wall, he's still out dealing with his knee. Well, he had 10 assists. He is definitely stepping up as their starting point guard. Anyway, a great win. Talked to Scott Brooks. He said tonight the game plan was just basically to step up defensively and to make the 76ers make mistakes. And that's exactly what the Washington Wizards did tonight. A great game and a much needed win for them, especially in this series. They tied up 2 apiece now with the 76ers. Important game as they approach playoffs and playoff seeding. Washington goes down to Cleveland in their first game against the NBA champions at home, 95-104. John Wall finished up with 28 points while Markieff Morris had 20 points. It was a great night for the Wizards despite the fact that they were without their shooting guard. Bradley Beal had injured his hamstring in the game against Boston. He had to sit this one out. A tough one, but one that the Wizards could definitely build momentum from as well as be proud of. And on a side note, LeBron James, he finishes up with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, as well as he surpassed Kobe Bryant's record of being the youngest player to reach the 27,000 point milestone. If you're into tennis, then the Junior Tennis Championship Center is the place to be today. Recently named the title sponsor for this premier event, Prince George's County will host top-ranked juniors from around the world competing in this year's third annual International Tennis. Hey guys, it's me right here, yes, in the middle on my Death Row Records chair. Look at that. See, it's part of...
Turn your mic.
Oh, sorry. Is it off? Where is it, Egon? You gotta come to it. There you go. You gotta be on camera. Oh, is it on now? Okay, it's on. Anyway, welcome to the Hustle. You know, it's your girl, Lena 7. I am here with my guest, but I just want to show something right here. This is my Death Row Records chair. Yes, it comes. Isn't it cool?
Very nice.
It comes from the Hip Hop Museum that is associated with WLVS Radio. It's over there by Nat Spark. And it's another bigger studio, and one day we're going to have a live studio audience, and we're going to take the show over there one of these days. But anyway, we're here at the WLVS studio, and I'm in my death row chair. So I think it's really cute, right? And I got my friends with me today. Yes, Coach Keith Williams. What's going on, Keith?
Everything
You okay?
is great.
Everything's great, yes.
Boogie played well.
Oh,
Yes, he
oh,
did.
we
Yes,
got to
he
talk
did.
about. We got to talk about. I'm mad at Boogie, but anyway, yes, and I got my other friend with me, Darren McClinton. What's up?
The guru is back in the
The
building.
guru.
We'll
What?
get to that in a minute, but
Oh, he is the self-proclaimed guru. I see, because I think he did get the most in predictions. But anyway, we're gonna see.
Yes, I did.
He picked Milwaukee to win it, so
He-
it can't be
win
the
it
most.
all.
But
but-
moving
No, but
along,
he
moving
did-
along.
Okay, but let's go back. Let's go back, though. Wait a minute. Did he not say, though, that the Raptors were, the Golden State Warriors were going to go far, right?
Yes,
He did say that,
He did say that. Okay, so that's one for him, right?
right?
Okay, but where were we correct? Because we called from Milwaukee.
No, I call for Toronto.
He called
You
Toronto.
call- oh,
he
so
is
you-
right with Toronto.
Oh, so
called
I'm
Toronto.
zero. I'm zero. Oh, my God. You know what? Don't listen
That's
to
why
me.
you got us
Don't
here.
listen to me.
We're here to make you look good.
Right.
Yes, it's
Don't
okay.
listen
It's
to me.
okay. It happens to the
Wait a
best
minute.
of them.
Okay, so why? Okay, we got to go back. Why did you think Toronto? Because that's pretty good. I could understand your Golden State, but Toronto, that's really a jump. That's pretty good, though, Keith.
Experience.
That's the
Really?
key.
What does that mean?
Ibaka's played in the finals before.
Okay, so you're talking
Kawhi's
about
been in the
experience.
finals before.
Okay.
Lowry even though he hasn't won anything. He's been far. Eastern Conference Finals before.
Right.
Milwaukee didn't have anybody
Right.
that had
Okay.
gone far.
New territory
New territory.
for
okay.
for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Really? Okay.
I didn't think that was going to be an issue. I was really behind. Paul, excuse me. I was really pushing Greek Freak and
Yes.
and
He got exposed a little bit. But
yes,
we don't
he
have time to
did.
get into all
It
that.
was- it was. They went up. They jumped up 2-0.
They
and,
did.
and lost 4 in a row. I still haven't recovered from that series. I still have not recovered. I did not see it coming.
I like your honesty.
Yeah. And no, to be honest with you,
I
to be
know,
honest
no,
with
he
you,
is right though. It's true. I
to
mean,
be
we
honest
appreciate
with you,
your
I
honesty, but-
am giving Kawhi Leonard a ton of credit. A
Right.
ton of credit. I wanted to see how he performed outside of that San Antonio system.
Right.
And out from underneath Pop.
Yes.
And he's doing the damn thing, for lack of better terms.
Yeah.
He's taking that team on his back.
On his back.
He's
Yep.
got some players that I'm not expecting a lot from,
Yep.
playing, in my opinion, out of character, but they are doing it.
Yep.
And they're forced to be reckoned with, and Golden State has a series on their hand.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But do you think it would still be a series if they didn't lose KD?
No.
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 I think it would have been a sweep.
Kevin
though.
Durant
I'm
is that
not-
good.
Is that good?
Is
and
that
also Cousins.
I'm not sold on that statement.
Mm-hmm.
They did get to the finals for a reason. I would think that they would definitely win if KD was playing, but I'm not sure it wouldn't be a series. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, so break down for me, because you're a coach, right? So break down for me, Keith, what exactly did Nick Nurse do after those 2 games that completely changed the face of the game
for Toronto because they went on a 4-game sweep. At that point, that's a back-end sweep, whatever you want to call it. It's a sweep of the Bucks. They never looked back. And then they went on to win. Really, to be honest, they won 5 straight games in a row.
Yes, they
So
did.
for them to lose game 2, even though I felt like that was a winnable game, when you look at the amount of wins and the amount of effort it took to win all those 5 games, even with some rest in between, that's still a difficult task to do. And we still got to take our hat off to them. But going back, what do you think Nick Nurse did to make the adjustment just as a coach?
I think they gave the Greek Freak a different look. I don't know if they did a whole lot different, but by putting Kawhi on him, somebody he had to respect.
Okay.
And I think Kawhi was physically strong enough to kind of stand him up, if you will, body up, so that those looks around the bucket weren't clean. Normally they're dunks, but now they had to be touch shots, 7-foot shots, which are tough for anybody.
Okay.
And I just think they played a more mature game. Again, it was experience. Next year, Greek Freak won't be in that position. I won't be saying the things I said about him next year that I said this year because he's gone through the experience. He even thanked Kawhi.
Right.
Like, thank y'all going to make me a better player.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think, Darren, he did? Because you're a coach as well. So what do you think?
I agree with Keith on that. I also think that he packed that defense in, and he said somebody else is going to beat us.
Sure.
He made it tough for Giannis, but at the same time, he said guys like Bledsoe, guys like Lopez.
How do you shut them down, though? Lopez is a perimeter shooter.
He
Who's a
didn't
big?
shut him. They can't beat
He
you,
didn't
though.
shut him down, but he said you all are going to be the ones to beat us, not the
Not
potential
Giannis.
They
MVP.
can't beat you.
So it was very, very important for those role players to step up. And if a couple of them had a bad game, it's a different result. I don't know why Mirotic, because Mirotic has been playing really well. I don't know why I didn't see him in the last couple games.
Should have played more.
I don't know if he was injured or just game planning, but Malcolm Brogdon did step up. My
Oh,
guy.
he did, yes.
He stepped up.
Yes.
Came off that injury real.
Yes, he was very effective.
Seemed like he was
for
in
them.
rhythm, but Bledsoe disappointed me a little bit. You know,
Lack of experience.
and he's been playing well, but hasn't played in the playoffs. Did any of his Clippers teams play in the playoffs when he was with the Clippers?
He didn't. He got
Okay, so and then
No
his Phoenix
real
teams
time.
weren't right. So this was new territory for him as well. As explosive
Okay.
as a player as he is, he should have had the wherewithal to know, all right, my jump shot's not falling. Let me get to the rack.
and
you
where
know,
he can
and
impact the game
where he
more.
can exactly. And that was a big key to
Yeah.
that game, to that series.
Right, right.
To be up 2, it looked like all my bets were on.
I
then,
And then
there's a
to
couple
go-
guys I haven't spoke to in a couple weeks. So
I mean, but I thought, okay, well, the next 2 games, Toronto will win those. I expected them to go 2 for 2. But then when they went back
Yes.
to Milwaukee, I just knew, what was that, game 5? I
Game
just
5.
knew that they were going to win that one. And they went
interesting
up.
that you
They
say
went
that
up
because
in that
yes,
game as
that
well.
was I think a triple
Right?
overtime game.
Yes.
And in games like that, the experience is when it takes over because every possession is that much more important. And there were a couple of guys that haven't been in that situation before, tightened up a little bit, maybe taking a shot that they shouldn't have taken or forced the action when they shouldn't have. And that all comes with experience. So,
But we have to also say, too, though, that for the experience that maybe Ibaka has, Kawhi somewhat, and who else? And not even, you can't even say Kyrie, because Kyle Lowry. You can't even say that
Yeah, but
about
he's
him.
He's been playing. They've been
he's-
the top team in the East
Yeah.
or second the last 4 years.
Yeah, but no, they have, but they didn't get past what, the second round? Yeah, the second round.
Right.
So to that extent, what do you think helped them or launched them to the conference finals? Because think about it, even though Ibaka and Kawhi have experience, those guys were kind of role players, and they really had Van Vliet had to step up.
He
I
played
mean,
a
was
hell of a series. He's still playing well. He's
still
showing me some
playing
things.
well.
But I tell you what, there's a secret component that nobody's talking about.
Okay.
The rapper singer dude on the side.
Oh,
now,
you mean Drake? You mean
very
Drake
important.
is like a thorn?
Oh
on-
my goodness,
in the
very
head.
important.
But he shouldn't
When
be.
he should be like
Right.
when he
It
tells
shouldn't be.
Draymond he's trash.
And now, not
The
only
other
is
team-
he trash talking the other team, but he's pumping his guys
He's-
His
up.
guys
he's
up.
great
You know,
energy.
he's great energy on that sideline, and
Yes.
and
Yes.
that remains to be seen whether those kind of antics they'll keep allowing him to do that. I don't agree with walking down the sideline and massaging the coach's neck.
Yes.
but
Yes.
he's very, very involved.
He's-
and you know, those guys look over and see, and he's pumping his arms and waving
Yes,
his fists and
yes.
things like that. And
Yes.
that can't do anything but help you. It gets you in a rhythm
It
and get
gets
you,
you, but
feeling good
also-
about yourself.
Right. But also what it does, and I know that because I'm a talker like that. I mean, I'm screaming at my daughter. I'm like, let's go. I'm yelling at her, you know, to step up. But it does give athletes sometimes
That's
the
good energy.
courage. I feel like sometimes it gives them some heart that maybe they were on the fence about moving. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
talking about, I'm not saying.
It can come
pro
back to bite you,
athletes,
though.
It can come back to bite you,
Well,
too.
everything's a
But-
double-edged sword.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it does kind of give you, especially if you're feeling a little funny or, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It gives you some heart that maybe you're like, yes, you're really feeling it. Then you go in, you create a major stop. You create, a fast break. You go down coast for coast,
That's how-
coast to coast. I don't know. You do a whole bunch
That's how
of stuff.
Spike Lee used to be with the Knicks, and you
Nobody
know,
complained then.
nobody complained, but the other team's assassin, like Reggie Miller,
It impacted
it can-
him as well.
exactly,
Right.
so-
It
Both ways,
motivated
though.
them.
Both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
They felt like he amped him up to one game.
Right.
He scored 13 points in a minute or whatever.
Right.
So it can work depending on the players.
So, Keith, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that Nick Nurse went back? What made him go, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to put Kawhi on Giannis. That's it. I'm changing it.
I think
Kawhi got to guard Giannis. That's it.
Well, it's just that. The reality of coaching is coaches can only make so many adjustments. And he made a defensive adjustment. And it threw Giannis off. He didn't change when the change came. And so that threw off Milwaukee as a whole.
So what do you think Milwaukee should have done in defense of having Kawhi on Giannis as a coach? What do you think?
I think they should have posted him up, even though he doesn't have a strong post-up game, but it would have opened up different shots,
Really?
different passes. All of his shooters shoot better when the ball comes from the post back out as opposed
Inside
to the
out.
ball
It's the best shot in the
swinging
game.
around.
Yep.
So they should
Okay,
have
now I
posted him
didn't
up.
play basketball, so just break that down for me just a little bit more so we
I
understand.
think it starts from when you're a kid. I mean, even your dad or whomever's out there with you, they pass from under the basket.
So you're saying take it, so you have Giannis with
Post
the ball,
up.
post up, shoot the ball back out,
Yeah, straight out though.
straight out, and then do what?
Well, that's a different look for the shooter.
Oh, you're saying don't let Giannis make the shot. Give it to pass it off.
Yes.
Make him into an assister in
now,
that moment.
Elena,
Like he becomes the assist player
Yes.
and not the shot maker.
And it's an easier.
The easiest shot for a jump shooter is when your feet are set, your
You're
toes
stationary.
pointed towards the basket.
Okay.
So anytime that ball is coming out,
Straight
like
to
Coach
you.
is saying, it's coming out from the post to you on the perimeter.
Right.
You're square to the basket. It's an easier
Oh,
shot. It's
it's an
easier to get in
easier
your rhythm.
shot.
Because
Oh.
like
The
you said,
ball's
when you're
coming
younger,
around the perimeter.
that's how you pass
Oh,
it
Now
out.
you
That's
might got to
big.
step left, right. You're
Yes.
drifting. It's a totally different look.
It's a different
And then
look.
but the other side of it is, normally now he's right there in rebounding position. He's not off balance, and he'll probably get more of those rebounds.
He'll probably get more of the rebounds. Wow.
And I want to give you another. I want to give you another look
Ooh.
at that.
Okay.
Okay. Milwaukee was attacking Toronto with Giannis at the top of the key.
Yes.
Okay.
And they had a couple angles during the broadcast where you could see the defense pinching in.
Yeah.
When I say pinching in, so now Giannis
getting
is
tighter
looking.
and tighter and
he's
tighter.
got his defender, then he's got the wing defender that's kind of
And they all 1 foot away from
yes,
the lane. Yeah.
helping, and then the back line helping. So it looks like a football defense.
Yes.
They're just sitting there
They're
in the
all
zone.
crowded in.
Exactly.
It is
Yes.
a zone. It is a zone.
Yeah.
So if you put Giannis down in the post,
It changes
now
the look
it
of the
changes the
defense.
look of the defense. So if you want to help, and everybody go on closer to the basket, now he has that easy kick out pass. So the
Or
shooter
you got
either
cutters.
yes,
you got
he
cutters where the defense, the back turn, you can cut right in
Exactly.
front of them. So it's a
Exactly.
totally
It gives a
different look.
totally different look. And then
Okay.
now you as a shooter on the perimeter, you either have an open shot or you have somebody sprinting out at you, which
can
makes it easy
can
for
go
you to
right
penetrate.
behind. Yeah.
Wow. So what happened to Bud? I mean, what went wrong for the coach?
Well, I
mean,
don't think Giannis is very, very comfortable at
No,
that
not
part
yet.
of his
Oh,
game
at
yet.
But they
That's
still
part of
should have
his
went to
game.
it though.
Yeah.
They should have went to it though.
You don't think Budenholzer thought of that though? I mean,
I think NBA
he's an
coaches
experienced
they
coach.
overthink the game. It's just like you watch NBA and they give up the 3-point shot to the best shooter because they double the wrong way and it ends up in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's the best shooter on the floor. Why does the best shooter floor always end up with open shot? Because they overthink their strategy. Sometimes
Wow.
it's just about throwing somebody off.
Yeah. But I think that maybe that's probably the gift of Golden State, which is why they have been so effective with very limited amount of players, is because they still
They got the right
go back-
players.
They-
They got the right players. They don't have a lot, but they got the
They
right
got
players.
If you
right,
think
but they
about it-
make but think about this though. They are also they put their egos aside and they become team ball. So it's like whoever is in the best position to make that shot makes that shot. Me, Steph don't need to always make the best shot because I'm not always going to be open. Draymond may not be open. Clay may not be open. Iguodala got to make a shot. You know what I'm saying?
that's-
So, or Quinn got to make a shot. I mean, you know what I mean? For me, I think that they give up the shot from the star player for the best shot for the team. And
Now-
that's
now
not
it's
always,
interesting
and they
that you
put
say
their
that.
egos aside.
It's interesting that you say that because a lot of times teams follow, it's a cliche, but follow the leader, right? So if the
Right.
leader of your team is a blue collar guy, he brings that kind of blue collar work ethic to your team as a whole.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's good. That's
So
good. I didn't think about that.
Toronto has
Kawhi. Yeah.
the ultimate blue collar worker.
Yes.
The whole team like that.
Right. So then they're not. You've got Kawhi who
Blinders.
doesn't mind the limelight. He's not looking for the
I don't want
Yeah.
that at
the
all.
bright lights, and
Yeah.
he's just
The
go out,
bling.
do his job, and quick interview, and he's out. You know, so that whole team is following that demeanor. You
That
know what I
work
mean?
ethic.
And
Yes.
he might not even be very vocal, but he's a leader.
By his
He's a
actions.
by his actions.
You don't,
By
have
his
to,
exactly.
actions.
you don't have to be
Yes.
talking a lot to be a leader. But going back to Golden State, they got a lot of really good players. And normally, good players can play with other good players. I think they realized that we can work off Boogie. But Boogie's not very aggressive right now. But he's somebody that the team has to worry about. Okay, and so it opens
Absolutely.
up passing lanes. And he's underrated as a passer. He's got great feel for the game.
He played great defense.
Well, you just got to be in the
yesterday.
way. You got to be in the way.
He really saved them. He really saved them. I felt like he really, out of that
Yeah, he
game, he
played
was
well.
the MVP.
He
of
played
that
well.
He's an
game.
all-star though.
And he
like,
played
he's not
28
100%,
minutes, I
but
think.
Yeah, but that's not,
His presence
yeah,
means a
that's
lot.
everything.
Yeah. No,
Anytime
I
you
mean,
have a perennial all-star on your roster and he's been out and now he's back on the floor, that's a great
And then how
tool
does
to have
Toronto
in
get
the-
ready
in the-
for that?
Exactly.
Now going in tomorrow, who knows? He got a couple more days. They might got to deal with him in the post. Maybe they work through him.
right.
Because he's a great passer. So everybody's still going to be involved.
Right. So let's just kind of tie up that before we move on. Just real quick. Did you guys think about the fact that
Toronto won 5 games straight. Have you thought about that at all, or that's not that?
That was during
important?
my shut everybody off upset time. I was mad because 4 of those wins out of the 5 were against my Bucks.
But
man. So
right. But I'm just saying, Keith, can you imagine winning just straight 5 games? That's pretty good.
I'm not gonna say I put a lot of thought into it, but game 1 was gonna be tricky for Golden State anyway. Even Stephen stated that they knew the team was quick. They knew Toronto was quick on D.
Right.
But you can't simulate that in practice.
Right.
So they had to deal with it.
and they coming off 11 days rest.
Yeah.
They've
Right.
been sitting around for 11.
They've been sitting around.
So
right.
it was
Right.
interesting. And still, people think the series over, but it's going to be tough. And I'm
Right.
still,
But
by the
was
way,
that
I'm picking Toronto still.
Was that to Toronto's benefit, though, the fact that they had so much momentum going into game 1?
Of course. Of course. And look, everybody making them losing this game a big thing, but look, it's a blue-collar team. They didn't think they was going to win 4-0. This is right up their alley. They're going to have to grind it out.
Right. But Golden State lost 118 to 109 the first game. Then they won 109 to 104 the second game. It's kind of weird, but it's like it's match for match.
It's
I mean,
very competitive.
It's very.
Are you trying to tell me that 109 is the number that Toronto has to beat?
I think 109 is the number that Toronto needs. If they want to win, they need their number to reach is 118. Whatever they did to get 118 is what they need to do going forward. But okay, so let's go back to game 2 just the other day.
Okay.
Let's go back to that one. So where do you think? Okay. For me, I felt like Kawhi dribbled way too much. I'm just like, why does that team? Okay, break this down for
But
me.
that's how they play, though. So now you're
Why did
not going
they-
to change in mid-stride now, but go ahead.
Okay, so why do they dribble so much? They stay around the perimeter. They don't find anybody open, and they totally put Kawhi in a 2-second left on the shot clock to make a shot. Or Van Vliet to make a shot, and they can't make a shot, or they got to give up the ball because they've gone past. They had 24-second violation. Why did they do that, though?
I think we got to give credit to the Warriors.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think they did a good job. Now, Kawhi had a good game, so I think
So you're saying that's all defense?
I think a lot of it was because he had a good
Yeah,
game.
you cannot
He got
underestimate
loose.
the defenders on that Golden State team.
They're
making-
smart.
okay.
They're smart. But I think he took more chances because he was playing pretty well. He was making his shots, and
Okay.
he was a
in a
little
rhythm.
Yeah, he took some chances and he lost, but I think they'll live with that. I don't think he turns it over 7 times again.
Right.
Again.
No, I
yeah.
don't think so.
I
but-
mean, because that was big.
but
All those turnovers.
But I'm not mad about it. I think the third quarter lost the game. It came out really flat, almost like
Yeah,
they
they
felt
did
like they
from
was going to win.
halftime. Yeah.
And, it took 6 minutes to score.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
But Toronto is a team that can create a rush on Golden State's third quarter rush that they create. Like to me, Toronto kicks in to another gear as well. They can handle the intensity. They can handle the defense. I mean, to me, I see them coming in and not being intimidated by Golden
sure.
State's third quarter presence,
Elaine.
except game 2.
Yeah, you make a great point. Basketball it's a game of runs. But there's one thing about Golden State's run though. Golden State's run can sometimes be devastating, and it
Right.
can you can dig yourself in a hole that is very, very hard to get out of. And that was a simple case right there. You start the third quarter off 18-0 before you score. Golden State scored 18 straight points.
And
Yeah.
let's
took
be
the life out of the building.
And let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh,
how much
took the life out the
help
building.
did Kawhi have in game 2?
Nothing.
Thank you. So
Lopez. I
Yeah,
keep wanting to
Siak-
call him
we-
Lopez.
I'm still
But
waiting on
Siakam.
Siakam.
I'm still
Yeah.
waiting on Gasol.
yeah,
They're still waiting on
What
it.
the
Lowry,
hell?
Lowry.
Lowry getting into foul trouble.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I mean,
where was he? I'm going. Nothing would drop in. Siakam's layups wouldn't even drop
It's a little
in.
different deal.
Did you see that?
Little
no,
different
but I'm
deal.
talking about.
So
I'm
they
not
were
even
actually-
talking about defense though.
they
At
were
this
actually
point.
blessed to still have an opportunity.
You're right.
late.
And you're not going to agree with me on this. I think that Toronto is here because of some hero ball from some of Kawhi's supporting cast. Because some of those, like Van Fleet, how you pronounce it? Van
Vliet.
Yeah, Van Fluke sometimes. So some of these guys are, in my opinion, playing out of character.
They played over their head.
They're over their head, and that's why I think they got there. I think so. Some of them.
The whole team
Now,
is overachievers, though.
But that's the kind of effect that Kawhi has on his teammates. But when that hero ball, so to speak,
Everybody stepped up their game.
then
They
it's
left-
Kawhi and the miracle
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Kawhi and the
Kawhi by
miracle.
himself.
So you're
Yeah.
saying game 2 is really Toronto's game, and the 5 games that they won prior to that is really them overachieving?
Yeah, I think that's the real. The real Toronto
Some
showed
of it,
up.
and I won't say all of it.
The real Toronto showed up,
I
and
mean, Kawhi been carrying him.
he has.
He's carried him.
But Nick Nurse has come up with some great presents for Kawhi. This is what my issue is too. Now Jalen Rose said this. I want your opinion on
Please
this.
don't
Because I
quote him.
wrote this. No, I had to write this down because he said something today. He said Gasol and Kawhi are overusing the pick and roll. And what they should have done is had Siakam on the pick and roll, open up the lane, because what's happening is the Golden State Warriors are clogging the lane, and Kawhi can't get to the basket at all. They're clogging the lane. Is that true? And that they should have used Siakam and then passed the
I
ball
think it's the same.
to
They're going to cover the same way, though.
Gasol.
Yeah,
Because Gasol would be more effective
Under the basket.
Under the basket.
Now-
than
But not
then
against Boogie.
Siakam would
But
be
not
in the
against
pick
Boogie.
and roll.
But you can't put him down against Boogie. He's not going to score against Boogie, though. That worked in the other series when they didn't have anybody. But against Boogie or even Bogut,
Bogut too.
that's not
really?
a great advantage, no. I think ultimately somebody else has to play well. I think they overexpose Kawhi. He's grown as a ball handler, but he's not that savvy, not that slick. They're not changing the angles on the screen. He's not coming off twice. Things of that nature that discombobulate the defense. He's not that savvy.
and I think another thing that prompted maybe Jalen to say that was coming off of game 1, Siakam couldn't miss. His pick and
But
pop.
that-
He
but
was
that
hitting
wasn't-
threes.
that's not who he is as a whole.
Right,
30,
right.
He scored 30 points in that game.
Yeah,
That's
he only missed 2
unbelievable.
shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So,
unbelievable.
and-
Probably only made 2 shots the other night.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean the point the point difference was huge. Huge in game 1 than in game 2. I mean, it was pitiful. But okay, so would you say that the Raptors lost the game or the Warriors stole the game?
I'm going to say they won the game. I ain't going to say steal.
Golden State won.
They won
Golden
the
State
game.
won. Toronto lost.
Yeah.
Golden State won.
they
You
Toronto
don't
lost.
think that? Okay. But then the Raptors they tightened up their defense, though, in the 4th quarter. They prevented Steph from scoring, right? They prevented him from scoring in the 1st quarter, and then they prevented him from scoring in the 4th quarter. They came within 2 points.
3.
Okay?
It was 3, right?
No, it was 2 at the end when Danny
Yeah,
Green hit a
Okay, 2.
3.
Okay.
Okay, because they were down by 5.
Okay.
And then Danny Green hit that 3, right? That incredible shot.
Glad to see Danny Green finally show up.
Finally
Man.
shot. Oh
Man,
my
where is
God.
the dude?
Where's
Where is he?
Where's the threes? Do you not practice your threes enough? What is that?
You can't practice them under that type of pressure. In practice, though.
Right, you're right.
No way you can simulate that. Impossible.
Really? Even though you can play a game with some people putting pressure on you, there's no way you
know
can
that
play.
there are millions of people watching, and you know the gravity of this one shot.
And Van
Wow.
Fleet is playing very
he looks
well.
good.
He's been playing well.
I
so
think he's played great
Shout out to all the
defense.
mid-majors at
I
at
think
Toronto.
he's played
For
great
sure.
Man.
defense on Steph.
yeah, he's playing like it's a
He's
contract.
stealing
Yeah, I don't
the
know what
ball.
his contract situation is, but he is playing like it is a contract year.
Yeah. Do you see him stealing the ball though on Steph? I said, you know what? Finally, Steph got to deal with somebody smaller than him.
But Steph
I
get a
think
little,
that's
Steph
been
get a
good,
little loose
though.
with it sometimes.
He's sloppy.
Yeah, he get a little
Put
loose
a
with
little
it.
body on.
His
Yeah, yeah.
passing
Now,
is very
that
loose.
last
Passing
pass,
is so loose.
Kawhi took the bad angle on the steal.
Oh, all right.
Or
So
they down
let's.
for a dunk.
We
Yeah.
need to talk about that last play. I'm crying over that last play because I just knew they were going to tie it up. I mean, what do you think? I keep saying like this. Why didn't they
Livingston
tie up?
came to the
He
ball.
came
That's what you.
to the ball.
He came.
Okay.
You
He didn't
teach
wait on it.
kids,
He
and you
didn't wait
like
on it.
from early age. You always teach them shorten the pass,
meet the
come
pass.
to the ball, come meet the pass, and you know, shorten the distance
Shorten
of the pass.
distance of that pass.
Exactly.
Right.
And all the kids watching, if your trainer doesn't tell you that, or if your coach does not tell
You
you
gotta
that,
know that.
You need a new
gotta
one.
have
You need
a
instincts
new
for
one.
that. You need
A
a
new
new
one.
one that
That was a
does.
game
Sean
saving.
Livingston, yeah,
That
him
was.
coming to the ball, and like I said, Kawhi took a bad angle.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure why he took that, but
But he was on. Wait, Kawhi wasn't even
He
there
was shooting
though.
that gap. He was shooting that
shooting
gap.
the gap,
He
but
was-
he shot it wide. He didn't come tight, and Livingston met the pass.
And Livingston met the pass, but Kawhi was over there though. He was.
No, he was back.
He was back a little
back. Yeah,
bit
and
though.
he came up.
He had to come. He had to come over because I was watching it
But he
over
can
and
do
over
that.
today.
He can do that.
He can do that. His
With the
hands
best
are real
of 'em.
big,
Like,
right?
they call him the claw.
Right, the claw, exactly, those hands. But okay, but it was Siakam and Van Vliet who was on Steph on that last play, right? So all I'm saying is, had it been reversed, had the Raptors had someone right there, and it was the Warriors on, say, Kawhi or somebody, right? To me, I felt like the Warriors would have done something more aggressively, or they would have done something at a higher level than everybody else in that situation, simply because of who they are as a team and their aggressiveness and assertiveness when the game is on the
Well,
line.
they're the two-time defending champs.
But
so
would
you
they
would
have
think that
allowed
a
that-
team like that
They would have put 3 guys on Kawhi. They would have
make
made
those plays
sure.
in those situations, but
Do you think they
Kawhi's
would-
a hell of a defender,
Yeah.
and you know
It was
Ibaka,
some- it was some
Siakam,
luck
they
involved
yeah,
because Steph's pass was awful.
yes, it was.
No,
It didn't have any pepper
So it
on
was good defense then?
It was.
It was good defense. But do you think it was enough? I know that they got the ball. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about just in terms of strategy. To me, I felt that why didn't a third guy just come over and run over there? I don't play basketball, so I don't know. I just write
But
about I just
tell you
report
what,
about it. But-
and it's easier from the outside looking
Looking
in
in.
to
Yeah,
say
and it
why
happened
didn't they
so
do that?
quick,
And it happens.
yeah.
It was a bang bang play, right? So sometimes you have to play the percentages, and if you want to give up a shot to anybody, let's see if Iguodala can make that.
No question.
And
You
he
gonna
made
give
a
that
big time shot,
every,
right.
and the ball touched every part of the rim.
Right.
It wasn't clean.
Yeah, right.
So-
and Iguodala has not been making shots like all night. Then he makes the last most important shot,
Well,
which is
experience.
typical Warriors.
Yeah,
fashion.
experience.
Experience.
Two-time defending champ. And as a defense, all you can ask for is you do your job and you force them into a what you call a low percentage
Yeah,
shot,
it was
or
a
the
bad-
shot
it
that
was
you
a bad
want.
shot because it was a broken play. The
Yeah.
ball's everywhere.
Okay, so if you guys are coaches, just tell me, what would you have done had the situation been the same thing? And I'm saying you were coaching the Raptors. Would you have called over another guy, or what would you have done differently?
I don't think anything.
secure
I think they harassed him enough. I think he.
So there's nothing more, really, if you look at that, there's nothing more when you see that play and go, gosh,
Well, it was
if
some-
only we could prevent that ball from getting out of Steph's hands. Because that, to me, once that ball left Steph's hands, oh, no, the game was over. Once it left his hands and it was successful in Livingston's hands, the game was over. So the object, for me, I feel, was that the Raptors had to do whatever they could do to prevent that ball from leaving Steph's hands.
Now, okay, to your point,
Okay.
you want to say that you would do something different, in hindsight, but you're dealing with some of the best players in the world, and you're also dealing with savvy veterans. So sometimes players make plays, and even if it's a broken play, sometimes they make plays.
And what if Iguodala misses it? Then
Right.
then we
And-
play
and-
good D.
Then you
But
play
no one
great D.
contested even Iguodala's shot.
That's all right. That's the hardest shot. Nobody around.
Oh no,
I ain't made a
don't
shot.
see
Yes.
Iguodala.
I ain't made a shot all night.
Yeah, but did you see him? He hesitated, then he stood right, then he lined up and he hit
That's
it.
a tough shot.
It's a tough
But
shot.
to me, it would have.
He's a
but why
non-shooter.
not
And you have to
make
play
it?
the percentage. He's
But
a
why
non-shooter
not-
on that floor for them.
Right.
He
but
makes
Especially from three.
No,
He makes his
especially
threes
from
from the
three.
corner. That wasn't the corner.
That was
It was
the
a wing.
corner, right?
Yes.
But the chances of him making it with nobody in front of him become what? Greater, right? So why not just have contested it a little bit?
No,
see-
Somebody get in front of him.
How would they though? They were scrambling. You had two here.
Right. You
The
had
ball-
two here. You
right,
had
the ball
Kawhi
went
coming
here.
over.
He missed it. That's three people, and the other two people on the other
The
side
other
of the
two
court.
people are over there, but
on the other side of the court.
right outside of the
So
three
who could,
point,
who
the
could
perimeter.
contest it?
The
Because-
only other person I think was Kawhi that maybe could have contested.
But
it
they
because
thought he was gonna
already
get the
coming
steal.
Over to try to get the steal.
I thought everybody thought he was getting the steal. If you go back and watch it, you could see people starting to run that way.
But I saw Kawhi standing like this. He just looked at
Oh,
it,
yeah,
and
he
then
was
he
dead,
turned.
then. He was dead.
Yeah, it was like he looked and then he just turned and walked off.
Now, see, even though that shot was wide open, I like to call that a butter popcorn shot. Now, what I mean by that, you might not know what that analogy means.
Okay.
What I mean by that is there's some guys that can shoot all day long when they're wide open, right?
Right.
But when that arena smell like that hot butter popcorn in the
That's a
concession,
tough
that
shot.
hot pretzel, that
That's
hot
a
pretzel,
very tough shot.
the lights are bright.
Even a
Yes.
good shooter.
It's a different shot.
It's a different
And you hear that
shot.
dun 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 dun. And that's the finals. This is the finals.
That's the shot that Kyle Lowry right now can't make.
Exactly.
make.
It's a
Yes.
different. It's a
Ooh.
little different deal. So, kudos to Iggy. He
He stood up and took it.
and took it with
He took it with
confidence, knocked
confidence.
it down.
Yeah.
He knocked down a shot. I mean that.
But that's
to
the,
me,
that's the difference in winning and losing. He'll take it and make it. Lowry won't. That's the difference. It's that small of a difference in winning and losing.
Yeah, but Iguodala, I mean, think about it. He's been on a team that's been to what the final, the NBA Finals, 4
5
out
straight
of-
times.
Right.
It's
Well,
5.
this is the 5th time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
But
know.
I'll take
have
it.
you guys ever
I'll
thought
take that
about?
shot again.
Have you guys ever thought about the fact that they won, but then they lost to Cleveland? Right? They won. They won. They beat Cleveland when it was LeBron and Dellavedova, right? But he didn't have Kyrie, and he didn't have
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love, right? So they beat them. But then when they won those 73 games, Cleveland came back with Kyrie, with Kevin Love, and beat them. Does that have any effect, like when you think about as we move forward to look at game 3?
Well, you're talking about maybe the best clutch player in Kyrie or best fourth quarter player in Kyrie. You talking about the man-child in LeBron, and he played out of his mind, if that's even possible.
Yeah,
in
'cause he
in
plays at that
series.
level all the time.
Exactly, and you know, and Kevin Love, a perennial All-Star. So, it happens, and
But
especially
they beat them, though. I know, but Kevin Durant, was Kevin Durant on that?
No.
Kevin Durant was
He
not
came
on the
next
team.
year.
He came the year after, and then they
2
won.
in a row.
Right, 2 in a row. Yeah. So, but does that have any effect about maybe why they're having a little tougher time with the Raptors? Other than I know that they have some injured players, but do they play well when they are challenged defensively?
That's a good question, because you know when players get to and teams get to a certain level, sometimes they're
challenged
looking for a
offensively, too.
challenge. They need to be challenged.
Right.
I don't think the players get bored. A lot of people say, you know, they're tired of winning. I would never get tired of winning,
Right.
but there's some motivating factors I think that that get certain teams and players going. But I don't think losing to LeBron and the boys during that series has anything to do with right now.
Because it's a different team. Got different guys out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and LeBron was playing for what, a first time ever?
series for Cleveland.
And there's also motivation. You can find motivation within your own team makeup. Now we've got KD not playing. We've got Boogie coming off injury. There's certain adversities that are there,
helps the team.
right? That can help the team, and let's push.
Motivate them and
Right.
let's push through.
Iguodala
Toronto's
just
a-
said he wants to win because of all the negative publicity that Steph gets, and he's like, I don't understand how such a great player gets, this kind of negativity from his peers. So you never know what
And
pushes
it's a
certain
different
people.
series.
I
This is the
know,
first
it's
time
like
they played.
the
They play the
greatest-
same team every year.
Right.
So Toronto's brings a different set of problems
Yeah.
than Cleveland did. And Toronto's a hard-working team, play hard on D, and that's tough to deal with, even good players. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who won't get out your way.
Right.
Right.
We
right.
would like
They
for you to lay
won't
down
get
sometime.
out. Yeah,
but they not going to lay down.
They are not
no
gonna
matter
lay
what.
down.
And
and they're quiet
that's
about
a
it. They're
testament
like
to
quiet
Kawhi.
assassins over there. They just come out and you're like, what? How did Kawhi get 35 points? Where did those 35 points come from? I mean, you mean Siakam got 30 points? What
Yeah.
the?
Probably won't see that again.
I mean,
You won't see it again.
Probably
no,
all bets are off. on
Draymond
that.
Green said he ain't never letting Siakam get that. He is never letting Siakam get that. So just tell me as we move forward and we're getting closer in our time. So tell me what do the Raptors need to do and what do the Warriors need to do?
Well,
Game three.
I won't.
Going forward for
Warriors
tomorrow.
are the enemy. Let me put this out
Okay.
there.
Just say it, right?
Just in case Boogie's watching, fam, you know I want you to win. But I'm
So
going
you-
with Toronto as a betting man.
Oh,
So-
really? Boogie gonna be real mad with you.
And we have a bet.
Boogie gonna be real Boogie. You
Boogie,
hear
I'm
me?
proud of you. We talked and text right at the game, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was proud of you.
He gonna be.
But if Kawhi can get any serviceable help from Lowry, from Gasol,
If anybody can shoot,
even Norman Powell, who I like a lot
Yeah.
for whatever reason,
I like him.
He's
I
not
like him.
playing great. I think it's a series. I mean, every game that Toronto wins is going to be a nail biter.
Right,
They
but
win, it's going to be right there.
Here's a crucial
you can't have
point.
everybody have 12 points
Do
and
we
Kawhi got
know-
34. They ain't winning.
Do we know Klay Thompson's status right now?
We
Is he
don't.
questionable?
We don't.
Probable? What is
He's going to play.
He's gonna play?
I think they're trying to see
On
if
good
he can play.
information, I know he's going to play.
He's
Okay.
gonna play.
Now,
Really?
how
Okay.
healthy is he? We don't know.
A hamstring? What do you have? A pull? Does he have a pull or a string?
I think he was
Strain?
he had a quad. Like,
no,
it was a-
hamstring.
No, it was a hamstring. It was a
hamstring. Yeah, it's a hamstring.
He tried to
issue.
kick that leg out on
Yeah.
that 3, and he kind of did an awkward split and
and
did
it pulled.
some-
It
Toronto
pulled
was
that
I hope
hamstring.
it's not a
Still-
high hammy.
so-
if it's a high hammy,
That's
he's
not
in
our
trouble.
problem. Toronto will still win the series.
So
Go ahead, let me hear
Toronto
what
will
you
still
got
win
to
the
say.
series.
okay. So I think we're gonna get a heavy dose of Boogie
Yes.
and curry chicken.
Yes.
A heavy dose of Boogie and
curry
chicken. And
I have heard it all now.
now
Curry chicken.
if it's gonna take 45 from chicken and 20 and 10 from Boogie to cover up for what else is going
But if
on.
y'all get that, y'all win. For
Boogie
sure.
and
For sure.
curry.
Now-
chicken.
Now this is the last year in the Oracle. It's the
Correct.
last year in this building.
Correct.
It's gonna be electric.
It is going to be
And
electric
the
tomorrow.
whole crowd is gonna be yellow.
But if you
They
don't
can
have
get-
any
they can get
players,
overexcited. They
if
can get
you don't have
overexcited
any
in there.
players, what can you do?
Hey,
If you got Curry, Iguodala, and Draymond, what you gonna do? And Boogie coming
a
in and out
heavy dose of curry chicken
of curry chicken.
and Boogie. Hey,
Really, you think that's
yeah,
all?
wash it down
But
with some
what
Boogie
if?
juice.
But what if Siakam's hitting? What if Van Vliet's hitting all those
that's
threes?
that's a big what if. It's hard to play in Golden State. It's very, very hard.
Well, our series is on the line.
Yeah,
we need
absolutely.
to win game 3.
Yeah,
we
if
need
we-
to get the pressure back on them. And I think
Okay, so they need to win the next game. If they don't win that game, what can happen?
it could be over. It won't
It could
be
be
over
over, but-
mathematically, obviously, but we don't want to let the Warriors, because it's 3 games to Golden State, right? We don't want them to win that, and then some of those other guys, being Van Fleet, could have doubt in their mind.
Wait a minute. It goes to the Oracle.
3-2.
Oh, because they play the next 3. No.
does
They
it go?
play. No.
No, 2-2,
They
1-1-1.
play 2.
Oh, it's 2-2-2.
2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah, so it's
Sure.
2.
We might got to check
Yeah,
that.
no, because
Fact check
Toronto
that.
has home court advantage.
Facts.
Yep. 2-2-1-1-1.
So they have to win. Yeah, they have to win, and then
Still
so
got
they,
to
they
check
can
that.
go
I'm not
back.
sure if it's not 3 in the middle. But anyway.
Okay.
I have something to say before we get off.
Okay, go ahead. Go real quick.
Before we get off,
Yep.
I was absolutely right in the Western Conference, right?
Right.
Portland,
Yes.
and shout out to Portland's coaching staff. They were a little bit on the hot seat, I thought, coming into this
A little family.
season.
We got family over there.
Exactly.
Okay, got fam. Okay.
Yeah, our guy,
Shout out to
Vanderpool.
David
fam
Vanderpool,
at
David
Portland.
Vanderpool.
All right.
And Stotts just got an extension. They made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
They exceeded expectation. They got swept, and they're the first team to ever get swept 3 years in a row in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
At different levels.
at
though.
different levels, absolutely.
First round, second
Yes.
round, and then the final.
Wow.
In the
Okay.
finals. But
All
I was right about that.
You were right about
Portland-
that.
Portland-
Right.
He was right about that.
Right.
But I was
I
right.
had
I was
0.
right that Toronto
Y'all-
was going to
You
win
got
the
1.
East.
You got 1. I was 0. Okay, so predictions now, because you guys gonna come
Toronto.
back once everything's over with.
Toronto.
Who you got?
Golden State in a 5.
Golden State in
Yeah,
5.
they're
Who
going
you
to win
got?
the next 3 games.
Toronto in 7.
Toronto. I say Toronto in 7. It's your girl, Lena 7, The Hustle, each and every Tuesday right here at 6 p.m. Yes, I want to thank my guest, Darren McClinton.
The
and
guru doesn't
Coach
disappoint.
Keith Williams. Yes, Boogie's coach right here. Yes.
Boogie, do your thing, baby. Shameless plug.
Yes.
Buy all days.
The Hustle, each and every Tuesday right here. I'll see you guys next week. Yes, let's go, Toronto.
I'll be right again.
Oh. She got that in.
She got that in.
late.